Hey, thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and share. Much appreciated. Excuse me. All right, deep breath in and exhale. Another deep breath in and exhale. And one more deep breath in and exhale. Now our energy is already pretty well ramped up with that process that we just did. So I'm not going to walk you through a whole lot of the process to get clear or get into this meditative state, because I feel like most of you are already there. Last week we went to the River of Light. Can you find your way back there? If you can't, imagine a trail and allow yourself to get to this River of Light. So what it looks like is this sparkling flow of energy. And as you approach this River of Light, you'll see that there is a waterfall to your right and a waterfall to your left. Notice which one is ascending and which one is descending. So in other words, which one is coming from a higher plane and which one drops to a lower plane. You're going to be in the middle of this. Also notice that there's an island in the center of this River of Light. And on one side of the island, the light is flowing downstream. On the other side of this island, the light is flowing the other direction. This represents or signifies the two-way energy flow between you and Spirit. Now pick a waterfall, either the one that's descending from higher levels or the one that's going down to a lower level. Pick one. Or notice which one has your attention. And you'll notice that there is a trail to each of those waterfalls. So whichever one you choose, know that it might have spiritual significance for you. Probably has deep spiritual significance for you. And follow that intuitive insight and follow the trail that leads to whichever waterfall you have chosen. One will take you down an incline. It'll be safe travel, easy moving. And the other will take you a little up. And when you get there, you notice that there is a cave behind this waterfall of light. Notice that at the entrance of this cave, where the water is flowing over the precipice, there's kind of an alcove here, a little kind of a carved out place. And in this carved out place, there is something here for you. Perhaps it's a flower or a book or a sword. Or some other symbolic object. It could even be funny. Maybe it's a toy car or a Mr. Potato Head game. Whatever you're experiencing is what is significant for you. It has deep spiritual meaning for you, even if it is funny. So notice whatever's here and receive it. Receive it as a deep blessing. Even if you don't understand what the spiritual significance of it might be, know that it will be something that is usable for you on your spiritual journey right now. And now step behind the waterfall into the cave. Perhaps you step through the light fall, and perhaps you step around it. Whatever you experience is what's right for you. But step into the cave itself that's behind the fall of water. It feels safe, it feels bright, it feels comfortable, it feels exciting. And there's lots of things for you to see as you're experiencing this. Perhaps there's ancient writings on the walls. Perhaps there's tools, ancient tools. Perhaps there's modern things back there, like a lunchbox. Whatever you're experiencing is what is right for you in this moment. And know that it has deep spiritual significance for you, whatever you're noticing. Whatever has caught your intent, caught your awareness. And you can choose to either take that with you or leave it here or just notice it, whatever feels right to you. And now look at the cave wall itself. And you'll notice that it's beginning to glow with a light. And it will be a beautiful color that resonates with your soul right now. Feels wonderful to your being. Maybe it's white, maybe it's yellow, maybe it's blue, maybe it's green, maybe it's purple. Whatever energy is vibrating is the energy that harmonizes with your being right now. And it may have deep spiritual significance for you. This light, this energy that you're receiving, that you're resonating along with, is letting you know how powerful you truly are. You share in this power with Divine Source. And in the sharing of this power, you came to heal and help this world in a way that only you can do. Because only you have come through your challenges, your trials, your difficulties. And rather than making you hard and crusty and angry and sad and miserable, you have learned to acquire this heart of compassion. And this glowing light feeds that heart of compassion, strengthens you, because you can't do it alone. And this light is here to feed you, to nourish that aspect of you. This light makes you strong enough to have very clear, safe boundaries. So you can give, but give within safe limits. You can share, but share within safe limits, keeping yourself healthy and whole. And now that you've received that energy and you feel strengthened by that, you realize that your compassionate heart is very grateful because things have been tough and you've needed to recharge. And out of that sense of gratitude, you now leave a token of that gratitude, whether it's a word, a thought, a feeling, or some symbolic object, even if you don't know the spiritual significance of that object. So leave that gift. One more last look around this cave, feeling safe and comfortable, honored and treasured, renewed and strengthened. Step back out of that waterfall. Follow your trail back to where you first encountered the river of light. And from that initial point of contact, back into this time and space, back into the here and now. You might want to take a deep breath in and exhale, bringing your energy and your attention and your awareness full front and center into the here and now. Wiggling fingers, wiggling toes, and welcome back. Does anyone have a question or a comment about their experience of that? Get us started there.
The alcove that I went to had a bench that...
Well, how nice you could be comfortable.
I know. Well, it invited me to sit, and I did. And the walls of the alcove formed around me like I was being very protected and cushioned and loved.
Oh, wonderful.
And
You
so
needed that, huh?
I did, yeah. And then when I stepped into the cave, there was an old antique lantern that I had a sense never went out. And I could look around. There was full of crystals, and there was a beautiful rosy pink glow about everything. And what I left was a piece of my heart.
Ah. So this alcove is sheltering your soul. You have a very tender soul. So this is giving you that shelter that you need. The rose-colored quartz is love. So you've been giving a lot of late. So this allowed you to recharge your batteries, your energetic batteries. And then giving a piece of your heart. This is your willingness and your commitment to not get jaded by the reception of the gifts that you give, and to just be the gift that you are. That makes sense to you? Yeah. Behind you, if you pass it back.
I'm a little confused about this one. When I was in the alcove, I got a crystal ball, which that's not confusing. But then when I went into the cave, I got some of those clackers. Remember when those of us of an age, that was the string, that little, and they look like small crystal balls, right? The little clackers, but I don't understand the significance of...
Oh, for heaven's sakes, I don't either. Let me ask on that one for you. What's the point of clackers? Oh, okay. Huh? What? Bruised wrists. Bruised wrists. Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Or foreheads or something.
Okay, so your intuition, this crystal ball is about intuition. So your intuition is gonna make noise. And whether people hear it or not is not your problem. You just have fun with it.
Okay, great.
Okay?
Thank you.
Make sense? Clack on. Clack on. Clack off. Wherever this goes. Does that make sense? What did you leave, dear? Heidi, what did you leave?
A heartstone.
A heartstone. Okay, so you're going to put your heart into it. But just know your intuition is going to make noise, maybe make waves. How it's received doesn't matter. Yeah?
Calm and clack on.
Calm. Be calm and clack on. All right. That's a new mantra. There's a t-shirt for you. Go ahead.
Okay, I arrived at my cave and it was dark, and on the ledge there was a white candle.
Mm-hmm.
And I lit the white candle, and the cave was glowing in a dark cobalt blue.
Ooh.
And then my spirit guide, my black wolf, came and joined me.
Wonderful, wonderful. So the white candle is about this clear intent, this clear energy. So have you been a little burned out?
Yeah.
Yeah. So lighting the candle is significant for you, because this allows you to recognize that you get to be nourished. You get to have your candle relit, so that it's nurturing and supporting of you in your journey, and noticing that you're burned out. So it's important to spiritually take care of yourself. The cobalt blue, I love that color. This is about healing communication. So the words that you say, words coming out of your mouth, change things. And change things for the good. So when you give people instructions, that changes how they look at stuff. When you give people encouragement, it changes how they look at stuff. So this is bringing to you this peaceful wisdom for you to share. At the same time, this cobalt blue is very comforting. So again, this feeds your burned out soul. So you get to share what you can, and it will be gifted to you, so it's not like you have to give more of your energy out. It's going to be gifted to you, and you'll share what you're gifted. And then that's effortless. And then your spirit animal, the wolf, came in to just be with you, so you could just rest and be at peace and know that you're safe and protected. Does that feel right to you?
Yeah. And so then the candle went out, and I put it back with gratitude.
Wonderful. So I would encourage you, you might want to do this meditation, on a daily basis, just to reignite that connection with your awareness of purity of thought, and you're clear, you're good. That make sense? Okay. Does that feel right? Yeah. Okay.
So my alcove had a really thick wood door with a gold handle, and then when I went in, there was gold all over the place, and I had the same cobalt blue mixed with this beautiful iridescent white cascading down.
Cool.
And then I left gratitude.
Beautiful, beautiful. So what about that do you not understand?
Well, I don't know about the door and the handle and the gold. I
Okay, so you're finding value in what you do. So whatever you're doing, you're putting your stamp of approval on it, your value. So if there's things that you just don't agree with anymore, you're not doing that. Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely.
The wooden door, this heavy wooden door and the gold handle is saying that you're not allowing just any information in, you're not allowing just any old thing to impress you anymore. It has to be worthy of your attention. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then the gratitude is gratitude. Gratitude is real powerful. Yes, Dan?
Got a word for her.
Word?
The lady with the usually wears the hat. I'm sorry, I don't know your name.
Cindy.
The candle going out is not an issue, because when you want, there's so much warmth and light in your heart. All you have to do is touch your heart to that candle, and you're really nice.
Well said. Because you're the one that lit it in the first place. Were you not? Very good. Thank you. Questions, comments? One back, straight back.
I wasn't going to speak up because there was so much symbolism going on there. It'd take hours to go through it, but in the water, as the last time we went there were people in the water, standing in the water, going both directions or whatever. It was very tumultuous or whatever. But at any rate, behind the cave, or behind the waterfall, I was given a rainbow trout. It was beautiful, beautiful. I didn't keep it, but at any rate. And then when I went into the cave, the light around me was, first of all, there were old bones and writings. And
Who else
it
saw
felt,
old bones? I saw old bones too.
It felt very sacred, very sacred. And then the light was like an iridescent turquoise. It was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And as I stared at it, then the walls became all copper. All around me, and one thing or another like that. But it was very sacred. I kept smelling fresh air. Even
Wonderful.
before we went in, I kept smelling fresh air. But what I left was a red rose.
Okay. So again, you're right. There's a lot of stuff here.
Oh, I didn't even begin to tell you.
So you might want to go back. So remind me again, because I get caught up in the details and then I get lost.
I wanted to go left, first of all. Let me tell you that. I wanted to go left, but I didn't. I
And
went
was
right.
was it the waterfall that was coming from a higher plane? Okay, so this is new.
Okay.
New energy coming your way, new experiences coming your way, new spiritual growth.
Okay.
Below is you have what you need, and now it's time to share.
Okay.
So anybody that went to the lower waterfall, you're in a process of sharing what you already know. And whatever you received or required would assist that. So then what happened?
Then I was given the rainbow trout.
Rainbow trout. So the energy of rainbow trout, first of all, on a physical level, make sure you're getting your omega-3s.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, but rainbow trout is all about, you get all of it, and you get this ability to move through the water effortlessly. And there may have been people standing in, and there's tumult. You can navigate that effortlessly. So this is just blessing you with ease of movement in your life in whatever circumstances come
Oh,
up.
I need that.
And the color you got
Was
was
iridescent turquoise
turquoise.
and then copper.
So, and sometimes copper, when it tarnishes, it gets that same turquoise color.
Right.
So the copper energy is about being a conduit, because energy is transmitted through copper. So this is letting you know, again, you are transmitting energy, you're a conduit of energy. The turquoise is a combination of the blue and the green, which is very healing, and the healing communication, and energizing. Just the vibrational energy of that is really powerful.
The sacredness and the bones.
The sacredness, the scrolls and the bones.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, this is like ancient wisdom is being gifted to you.
Okay.
And the ancestors are here to support you in your journey, so you don't walk alone. You have
I totally
that.
believe that.
Yeah. So you have that you can call upon at any time for assistance.
And I left the red rose.
And the red rose, this is about passion. So this is being fired up and doing
Okay.
everything with a passion and determination.
Okay.
You get to choose what you do, and then whatever you choose to do, you can do it wholeheartedly.
Okay.
Big stuff, right behind you.
Thank you. Thank you, Jen.
First off, I just want to say thank you, Janice.
Oh,
This
you're
is
very welcome.
Always a wonderful experience, and I look forward to this every single week.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. As do I.
This meditation went really well for me. I got really into it. I went to the down waterfall. I was headed down. In the alcove, it wasn't something I could walk into, but it was just an opening in the wall.
Right.
And it was very wet, and my gift was the grit on the rocks. I could feel it really, really well. And I was playing with it in my hands, and it was just, I was connected to it, if
Okay.
you will. Then I went into the cave, and I don't really know if I'd followed the meditation exactly very well.
Oh, you don't have to. It's just
Okay.
a suggestion.
But I
You're
went
taken
in there.
wherever you need to be.
Awesome. I went in there, and it was a very wet, damp cave, but not in a bad way. It was cool and relaxing and profound. And I was just so connected with it, and I relaxed into it, and it was just peaceful.
Wonderful. Oh, awesome.
And if I could leave anything behind, I don't know if I did, but it would be that compassion that you shared earlier, that we all did together.
Wonderful.
So
Wonderful.
I left.
So the downward waterfall is saying that you're at a time and a place to share what you know in some capacity. The grit, I love this. This is so funny. I think Spirit has such a great sense of humor. This is having grit to be able to do what you need to do. So it's not an abrasive to hurt, but it's the grit, true grit. You got what you need. You got
Get
the
down
courage.
and dirty, right?
Say what?
Get down and dirty, right?
Get down and dirty. But you've got the grit. You can, when you have grit on your gloves or boots, they give you grip. So this is being able to hang on, get what you need to have done, and have the power and strength to do it effortlessly. And then moving into this refreshing breath of fresh air, where you had the fresh air ahead of you, but this refreshing space, this is giving your soul a time to be refreshed. Our world is so fast-paced, go, 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 go. And there's certainly things for you to do, but it's also reminding you that your soul is desperately reminding you that this refreshing is part of who you are, part of what you came here to do, part of what you came here to share. So be mindful of that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And Dan has something to say on that.
The grit and the water are elements that are used to build. And as you go forward with that grit and the water, you will be given other elements to build, and you will build strongly, and what you build will last.
Very cool. Wonderful. Awesome.
Thank you.
Did that answer your questions?
Oh, yeah.
Did that? was a lovely thing. Mr. Phil, my beloved.